China has deployed a spy ship near the USS Abraham Lincoln as well, which is currently operating near Iran. Beijing is closely monitoring U.S. military movements in the Middle East using satellites and naval assets. Okay, so what is going on here? Well, this is actually not unprecedented. In the 12-day war, the Chinese had this same ship in the same exact location. So whatever that's an indication of, I don't know. I personally believe that is an indication that China feels as though shit's about to go down. War's about to start, because why else would they be putting their spy ships directly in the vicinity of these U.S. warships? The Iranians are much smarter than the U.S. gives them credit for. That goes without saying. I think that was most exemplified when we all witnessed the incredible technological feat that was on display during the 12-day war. But, they somehow think in the U.S. that, like, Iran, if they're told that, oh, we want to negotiate with you guys, that for some reason they'll put down their arms, they'll disengage their air defense, they'll pull out of the Strait of Hormuz, and, everything will just turn off in the military, and then the U.S. will come in and strike, right? No, that's not how it works. They are not stupid people. Actually, much smarter than the entire Epstein regime. So there's that, right? You haven't been able to dislodge them yet, and all your efforts throwing everything in the kitchen sink at Iran has not worked. So we're beginning to see that Trump is at his wit's end. He's saying, oh, we'll negotiate with you, but at the same time, he's sending Witkoff to Israel right before the quote-unquote Iran negotiations take place in Istanbul. We see what's going on here, right? We see what's going on here. Not to mention, we just got a report that CENTCOM's NAVCENT has announced that U.S. Navy Arleigh Burke-class USS Delbert D. Black destroyer, which got there a few days ago from Greece. We reported on that. It arrived in Elliott 3 days ago, has conducted a maritime exercise with the IDF's Navy SAR. They named it after India. The IDF's Navy SAR 5 class corvette INS Elliott in the Red Sea. So the IDF and the U.S. military are now doing joint naval drills. What does that tell you? Does that sound like the U.S. is in a prime position to negotiate and they really want a deal? Or does that look like a military buildup in preparation for war, all-out war? The combined training demonstrated the strong military partnership between the U.S. Fifth Fleet and the Israeli Navy. So as I said, the Iranians are not stupid. They are not falling for this trick again, as, caught them by surprise, admittedly, right before the 12-day war with the promises of a 7th round of negotiations in Oman. But here you have the deputy commander of the central headquarters of the Seal of the Prophet saying, if the Americans threaten Iran's security, neither the Zionist regime nor other countries that assist America will be safe. And whether Trump launches his war today or 3 weeks from now, that statement is still going to ring true. No amount of pressure and symbolic strikes will save the United States and their allies from what will come after U.S. strikes on the soil of Iran. Now, we've seen reports that Iran was going to lead these naval exercises in the Strait of Hormuz. We have now seen that. So we have the first video and photos of Iran's military drills in the Strait of Hormuz in the Persian Gulf involving naval and aerospace units focused on readiness, coastal defense, and security of key maritime routes. So these are the first drills that Iran has launched in the Strait of Hormuz. And still reportedly, on schedule in 3 weeks, the Chinese People's Liberation Army Navy and the Russian Navy will be in not the Strait of Hormuz, but the Gulf of Oman and the Indian Ocean doing similar naval drills with the IRGC Navy and the Iranian Navy as well. So you see that the Iranians are very prepared. They are not stopping despite the promises of goodwill and the gestures of, I guess, kindness is the way that the U.S. is trying to frame it. Oh, we're good people. We're normal people. We're totally not a bunch of Epstein regime pedos, right? We want to negotiate with you guys. We're not animals. We also have shots of exercises in the Persian Gulf. So these are, of course, naval exercises on ships, the launching of ballistic missiles. We had not seen that up until this point. Up until today, we had only seen land-based exercises. An Iranian drone is heading toward the Arabian Sea to conduct reconnaissance on the USS Lincoln aircraft carrier. Iran is escalating drone reconnaissance to an unprecedented level despite repeated warnings from the U.S. Central Command. So we have seen several, actually each and every day since the USS Abraham Lincoln got to the region, we have seen these drones flying directly above where the USS Abraham Lincoln is. And why is that? It's because Iran is preparing for the possibility that they will have to sink the USS Abraham Lincoln. That is what is going on here, okay? U.S. aircraft carriers, they sink just like any other old ship. And here is a very interesting part. China has deployed a spy ship near the USS Abraham Lincoln as well, which is currently operating near Iran. Beijing is closely monitoring U.S. military movements in the Middle East using satellites and naval assets. Okay, so what is going on here? Well, this is actually not unprecedented. In the 12-day war, the Chinese had this same ship in the same exact location. So whatever that's an indication of, I don't know. I personally believe that is an indication that China feels as though shit's about to go down. War's about to start. Because why else would they be putting their spy ships directly in the vicinity of these U.S. warships? Unless they do believe that, yes, war is about to break out. And as I've also reported many times, we have every single day, multiple times a day, new images from Chinese satellites showing the location of U.S. strategic air assets deployed in the Middle East. So each and every day, we're seeing the U.S. send more of these either bombers, F-35s, F-16s, heavy bombers, strategic bombers, the unlifting of THAAD and Patriot systems from Globemasters, whatever it is. China's documenting it all. They're like, oh yeah, Iran. So these ones are here. Those ones are there. So on and so forth. Well, today we got more information that there are some strategic air assets deployed in the location of this photo right here. I don't know where this is. Probably Al-Adad Air Base in Qatar. But obviously Iran has the capacity to strike there. If Iran can cut like a knife in warm butter through the Iron Dome, they definitely have the capability to hit assets in Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan, Qatar, wherever they want, UAE, wherever they want. So Iran is not falling for the BS. They are preparing for, in all likelihood, what is actually going to happen, which is war on Iran. And not just any war, but all-out war. Because there is no such thing after the 12-day war of a limited conflict with the Iranians. That is long gone out the window. We are in a new era, and it is the era which shows us that Israel is simply not invincible. Before you leave, I want to say thank you for the support, because after 2 years of being banned, we are finally back home on YouTube. So be sure to subscribe to our channel and also join as a member on our channel using the link at the top of the description. I rely on the generous support of viewers like yourself to get the truth out to as many people as possible. You can also support the show on Locals or Give Sin Go. The mainstream media and the powers that be are never going to stop attacking us for bringing the truth to as many people as we do. Thank you so much for your support.